What up YouTube, Jordan Legend Racing back for another video today. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Redeye Racing, hit that like button, smash the subscribe button. I don't even know what I'm saying right now because I'm so hopped up on coffee, but today we're about to get after it. We're gonna add this crazy ass carbon fiber steering wheel to the Redeye. Check this thing out, it is absolutely gorgeous. With the little LED display monitor up here, and we get the RPM little green, yellow, red lights in here. But just check this thing out, it's got red stitching, it's got grip on the back. I have shown this on the channel one time before when we picked it up, but of course, the install is going to be much better. So we're going to put our stock switches and our airbag into here. Connect these bad boys up right here. I have no idea how to do it. We're going to go figure it out and make it look freaking sexy. So let's go. Alright y'all, we made it out here to the beast. We got the GT500 over here. And of course, the star of the show, Bad Kitty, the Redeye, the Hellcat Redeye. 1,000 horsepower, you know. So, we're gonna switch this steering wheel. Let's check out the old steering wheel right now. If you can get around there with your new gimbal.
Hang on tight.
And you're almost there. Okay, there we go. See our current steering wheel, we got a little light, or not light, we got a little stickers on over the SRT. And we have some carbon fiber pieces that we put on there, but now the whole thing's gonna be carbon fiber. So, first thing is first, we gotta unplug the battery. We're gonna unplug the negative terminal on the battery. You have to do that because when you remove the airbag, I guess you want the battery off. So, we'll do that first, then we'll start working on the airbag. We'll pop that off, then we'll undo the wiring and undo a couple screws, take the old steering wheel off, put the new one on. So first things first, let's unplug that battery. All right guys, anyways, so we first thing to do on the steering wheel is to get this airbag off, and to do that you have to stick something in these two little holes on each side of the steering wheel. Now at first I was like, oh, you just stick it under the airbag right here. No, there are actually two holes on the side of the steering wheel column right here. You have to get, we're using an Allen wrench, so you want to get in there and push down. There's a spring, so you got to push down that spring and then lift up right here. It should pop right up. So we're having some difficulties in getting the spring, but obviously first time we're doing this. We're reading comments on another video and it says it's pretty tough to get the spring out. That's like the hardest thing, so just got to keep messing with it and get it. So we'll check in when we're done. Alright guys, we finally got this piece of shit off the steering wheel. Sweating balls, but yeah. So the first one came off super easy. We just pushed up a little from the hole. And then of course this one popped back in before we could get the other one off. So we ended up pushing a little bit to the back from the hole. So we went in a little bit to the back, about an inch in, and then they both came out. So yeah. We'll try going up, try going back a little. If up doesn't work, now we're going to unplug these wires right here, remove our switches, and switch it over. Alright guys, so next step, you're going to take a flathead screwdriver and pop up these little orange tabs right here. And once you do that, you should be able to pop out these little yellow guys. Okay, just like that. Boom. So just pull up on the orange tab and they come up. Okay, so that's those two. Now the next one is the blue one. Alright, so for the little black one at the top right here, you're just gonna put a little pick on both sides. So we used a little screwdriver and an Allen wrench. If this will cooperate with me. So you push together on both sides and then pull up out of the blue little casing that it's in, and then the whole airbag pops out. If you want to check out how it looks, there you go.
Okay.
Alright guys, so there was this plug right here on the left. You just push down on the tab right here, pull up, comes right out. Now on this one, what you're gonna want to do is stick a screwdriver between this little plastic and the white tab, but don't do that because that will actually make it harder to take off. So what you want to do is go ahead and put something on the outside of the plastic and then push the white tab down outside of the plastic, push it inside of the plastic, and then pull up. Once you do that, it'll pop right up. Alright guys, so the next step is to take this bolt out right here that is holding in the steering wheel. We're using our biggest Allen wrench socket, which is a 3/8 and an extension. So you're really supposed to get another bolt right here to replace this bolt. I don't really think it matters. Some people say you're supposed to get another bolt with new Loctite on it. I'm gonna reuse it if the steering wheel really falls off. I mean, that's a little dramatic, I think, but it should be fine. All right guys, bolt came out. There we go. Looks like just these two guys that went into the airbag need to be routed out. Everything else stays on the steering wheel. There you go. That's what the car looks like with no steering wheel. So now we'll put our new carbon fiber freaking awesome LED light steering wheel on there and try to reconnect everything. We're not going to be able to get the heated seat or the heated steering wheel in the new one because I don't think it has that feature. Alright guys, so the switches did not come off when we just took the little bolts out of the front. So we saw these little guys on the back of the paddle shifters. What you got to do is pop these out. We just stuck a tiny little Allen wrench in there, popped right out, and there's another Torx bolt right there. So we're going to unscrew these guys and see what happens. Alright guys, so we got the paddle shifters up by that Torx bolt, and then you can see there's another Torx bolt holding in the other side of the switches. So we'll see what happens when we get that one out and see how to route this wire out of here. Alright, so when we took that black screw out, the switch went dangling down just like that. So then you just unplug it from here, it looks like, and the whole switch will come with us. And then we got to take all these cords out and put them in the new one like so. So we're gonna cut these little zip ties right here, take all the electronics with us, and put them into the new steering wheel. Alright guys, so we got our switches in and we're working on our paddle shifters, but the stock bolts actually did not fit into the new steering wheel holes. So we had to go to Home Depot and get some smaller ones. Now we're going to screw these babies up, and then we should be ready to throw it onto the car and reroute all the wires. Now that's our next task, is to figure out all the wiring. Alright dogs, we got the paddle shifters back on. As you can see, we covered up the screws, looking beautiful. Okay, so now the next thing is going to be route these little puppies through. Okay, just like that. And then we're going to place the steering wheel back onto the car. Now, when it was on there before, it was turned a little bit to the left. So we're going to turn it a little bit to the left when we put it on. And you got to just match up the grooves and it'll go in nicely. So alright guys, so we got the steering wheel on, we got the switches in, we got the paddle shifters on after going to Home Depot to get smaller bolts. Then we had to go ahead and run the red wire and run the black wire. You actually do not use the blue wire. You need to run the ground wire to the black wire that runs to this switch on the left side. So there's a black wire that comes down. You need to cut that open and actually splice into it with the negative. Now we tried to just run it to the steering wheel. It did not work. They say you can run it to anywhere on the steering wheel, anywhere the metal is. Does not work. Run it to the black wire. Now the red one, you're gonna run it to the bottommost wire that comes down. Splice into the bottommost wire on this same switch. Okay, so that'll give you your positive, that'll give you your ground. Do not use the blue switch, you don't need it. After that, you should see lights that light up in here. We just did. But the next step is to throw the airbag back on and reconnect these 3 clips. So once we do that, we should be good to go. We already hooked up our smart box to our OBD2 that we have in the car. Take 2, the moment of truth. Let's see if she works. I don't know if we just turn it to run if it works. Apparently not. Are you sure it worked?
It worked.
Hey! It's alive.
Yes!
Yay, and it's telling me my RPMs. Cool. Nice.
That's awesome.
That's freaking
Try your
sweet.
blinkers.
Oh yeah, it does work. Cool.
Sweet.
All right. Well, we're gonna turn it off since it's like 11 p.m. But yeah, guys, that is how you do the carbon fiber steering wheel. Honestly, if you're not super tech savvy, I would recommend you just go to a shop and let them handle it, because you got to splice into some wires. It's not the hardest thing in the world. It just takes patience, which I don't really have a lot of, so you know. But yeah, that's all we got for you today. Jordan Lance, Redeye Racing. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.